Hey guys, tonight we're going to be doing a show about Christmas. Do you feel like this guy? Is this guy you? Well, I'm here to say, let's join forces and steal Christmas. I'm trying to get my chat up here. Oh, we got 2 viewers. Say something in the... What the hell is going on here? Huh. Hang on, I'm going to go to my live stream on my... Can you guys hear me okay? I guess I can't see. Okay. Hey, now I can see you guys. Hey, Michelle, Radiant Temple, Aussie Alt Media. So you guys can hear me just fine then. All right, cool. Yeah, but I went to this movie tonight, and as we all know, the story's the same. You're on a phone call? But yeah, so do you guys all think it's a bit superfluous? Hey, Aaron. Did I say that right? Spartan? Did I say superfluous, right? That means an exorbitant amount, right? But I went to that movie and I was going to get popcorn with the kid, and I got a hair up my rear and said, hey. Well, I was trying to embarrass him, actually, because he gets a little self-conscious when we are in public and I talk to people. But I said, hey, I'm going to go ask for some posters. No, you're not. No, you're not. Well, I got these posters. You know, I'm in the Armageddon wagon, so... I don't have much room to hang it. See, my freaking... All right. So what did you guys think about my recent upload? Did you guys watch that? Put any thought into it, or maybe a little more research into our projector? Because that's what I believe it to be. What is this now? How do I share my screen? Does anybody know? Anybody want to come on here with me? See, I can't. There we go. Hey, Brian. You made it. Desert. Made it. Nice to see you guys. And girls. And I appreciate all you guys' support. What up, Trippin'? How are you, sweetheart? And there's Trippin' Balls. You know, she's changed her name because she's a girl, she says. And, you know, to 10,000 lakes, you know, for a girl, I don't understand why, for the life of me, she'd call herself a bunch of lakes. But I'm just kidding, Cindy. I love you. But I owe a big, I don't know, shout out because of her putting together in my mind that we are part of the whole, and you know, that whole conceptual incommensurability. You know, you guys know what I'm saying. But yeah, we were sitting there, you know, and she's one of the few people that I've met that I, you know, in person, and I'd like to meet all you guys in person. Be kind of cool if we could all get together and shoot the shit. Maybe watch the grass grow and burn, if you know what I mean. Some of us, anyway. But yeah, hey, Max. Tammy, what's up, sweetheart? And I was just thanking everybody for your support and your input in my reality, because without you, who am I? And I honestly mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, you know, whenever you see me start itching my neck and stuff, I'm getting a little uncomfortable. So I'm going to stop making myself uncomfortable and see if I can get my chat. How do you get chat? You watched the original tonight. I was watching the new one, and it's not as good as the original. You know, it's not as good as the one with Jim Carrey. Oh, and has anybody paid attention to what Jim Carrey has been talking about lately? He's been talking about the sacred secretion. And the sacred secretion being, you know, the Kundalini experience. Hey, Sue. Nice to see you. No, we are the whole, yeah, and part of it at the same time, though. That's what incommensurability means. Right. Well, yeah, there's language. Language divides us. It has divided us. It was that the whole... You think Jim Carrey is opposition? Why? Why would you say that? That kind of confuses me. You think that too, Aaron? Excuse me, guys. He has a political stance, and what's that? I didn't hear that side of it. Yes, yes. Mish Gleason, yes, you've watched Mistro and Astrothology or whatever. What's his name? Isn't that Santos Bonacci or something like that? Forgive me if I've hacked his name or whatever, or his channel. Yeah, the Grinch story is... Well, yeah, Aussie, but I'm not that extreme to just shut somebody down because they have a political view. You know, it's forgive them for they know not what they do. You know, Santos Bonacci, yes, yes. Hi, Max. I don't know if I said hi. Mish, hi. Astrotheology, that's what it was. But no, Aussie, I don't prescribe to any sort of Trump train or liberal or this or that. I believe in us all, you know, because, you know, if it weren't for language dividing us, that's where it starts. And it makes us misunderstand each other. It's totally lining up with everything. Yes, it is. And that's, you know, it's so odd that that's exactly what has been on my mind lately is how, hey, Spartan Oneg, Paul from Newcastle, nice to see you here. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, we're talking about the Trump train. You know, I voted for Trump, and you know, because his message was great. You know, wanted to make America great again. But that's even more separatism or division. So you're totally right on that. I agree with that. I don't believe in the Trump thing. I did put a video out recently that he did do an honorable thing, but who knows if that wasn't all set up too, like a positive false flag of sorts. You know, who knows? Because we don't know anything that comes out of the tell live vision to be real, right? Or the media, because it's all bought and paid for. It's propaganda. It's a means to steer us. We all know this. I mean, the steering wheel for the consciousness of the collective as a whole in real time is the television. And it's not called programming for no reason, because it's the way the matrix is programmed through the television. It's the input keyboard. You know what I mean? That's what I see. The Popal View, yes. The Popal View was hidden in a Catholic church or a Christian church or a Catholic church altar, right? What makes the New Age spirituality campaign different from where we're at? And I'm not trying to be confrontational, so don't get me wrong. I'm just picking your mind, your brain, or your knowledge, and I believe you to be right up there with the rest of us on as far as the ascension ladder. And I see my truth as truth of the highest, just like you see your truths as truth of the highest. But I believe there's a point where we have to stop believing the nonsense of the mainstream and portions of what people are saying online in our community. But, be nice about it, because we all are going to have different views, because I was guilty of not being nice on Wayne's show, and calling out Dr. Elbers because I disagreed with her. Now, that was wrong of me, and that's why I said I'm sorry. Hey, Radiant. I saw the video that race is Donald Trump's lineage back to Sumerian kingship. Hey, what race? Oh, you guys were talking about something. And I think that to get back to the astral theology part of our paradigm, where, we've been told forever, call it New Age, call it esoteric, call it whatever, call it occultism, because I believe occult means it's just hidden knowledge that is unknown to us. For knowledge is only mystery if it's unknown. So, but that knowledge that we're seeking, I forgot what I was talking about. I'm trying to get myself out of it. But hey, Daniel D, there's truth in all. It just depends on if we interpret it. Yeah, right. Yes. And yes, different perspectives. Now, but this is the whole steering wheel concept of the television for the masses. And if you notice, it's like a bunch of pirates took over the ship on the DL. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know they took over the ship, but they're steering us into oblivion, and we're allowing them to do it real time and take away our freedoms as they're doing it. So what is our recourse to that? Anybody have any ideas? How do we, that's okay. The definition of the occult is more than just hidden truth. It's of nature. Yes, everybody's entitled to an opinion. But what I was getting at is there's certain things that we can, it's like politics and religion. We're told to not talk about those things. Why? Because it causes division. It was Constantine, wasn't it? The one who burnt down the Library of Alexandria? And I believe it was right in 333 AD, wasn't it? Or right thereabouts. I think Jim is deeply spiritual, very old soul, just fear because of that it has left him vulnerable to be swayed to the dark that surrounds him. Well, he speaks of the very same things that we're talking about. And to answer your question, Max, what you're talking about there is was in Egypt, but Alexander took that away from us. Hey, what's up, 5D? How are you, bud? History of lies. Now, what I was alluding to earlier on your show, Brian, when I don't know if anybody noticed my comment about the collective memory loss that we faced or experienced, and how we lost our connection to the ancient past, and why we don't know where our civilization was 5,000 years ago. And the only thing we know about the 5,000 years ago is something that we're told is the godly truth to be the only, and then we got, Plutarch and Plato and all these other, but I mean, Amnesia. Okay, now what I was talking about there, if everything's electric, guys, put this into your paradigm for a minute and shake it around and see where it lands. Everything's electric. Everything, I need a drink. Everything's interconnected, right? Everything is reacting and interacting with the rest of the whole, if you get what I'm saying. Right? So we know this. So we know that our ionosphere is being, compressed. We know that there's something electrically going on, or, energetically to the system. So if something's affecting any part of that system, it affects the whole system. Okay, and then a pulse of energy comes from. Now I see the Egyptian solar boat, galactic river crossing. It all fits with the definition of Nibiru. Now, and then they say that Jupiter was called Nibiru, Mercury was called Nibiru, and I believe they said Venus was called Nibiru as well. Now, when they did that in the celestial sense, they said it's when it's a signpost and it divides the sky, stays in a particular position, dividing the sky at a certain point as a signpost for transition. You know what I'm saying? That was the other definition of Nibiru, or, the first one was Nibiru. The one we use is, by definition, in the cuneiform dot, whatever that is, the ones that Stanford and all these other colleges interpreted, translated and wrote down and cataloged. In there, it says that it's a river cross, or no, it's it's a point of crossing or a signpost for transition, usually to do with rivers or ferry crossings. So if we're at that crossing, at the very same time our galactic year is up, and maybe the Gregorian calendar effed with the dates, so 2012 wasn't it. Maybe they switched the numbers and it's 2021. You know what I'm saying? So how many years is that, guys? 9? The difference between 12 and 21? And what is the number of the creator? What is everything? Lord of all sight. Thank you. Yes. And everything, that's what the point of crossing is. That's why everything in our paradigm is a cross in the circle. Even that that video I showed about the sun halo explained, with the guy with the lighter underneath the magnet, underneath the glass, underneath the magnet. And you see how it sucks the light in when the magnet's facing a certain way. And it shows you the 4-leaf clover image, which is the sun, the halo, the sun dogs on the plane of inertia. And then you got the rays coming out, you know what I mean? 9 is everything and nothing. It is the go-go that made it go. Or it was the JoJo that made it go, and the rest of the numbers, is the matter. 3, 6, and 9 are the interval, whatever those represent. I mentioned Egypt. Well, Egypt is the line of thinking I've been going down and Aussie has too. We've had discussions on this, and Danielle D as well. And I don't want to put a date out there for anything because I'm very well happy with breathing and farting in our reality. I don't give a shit how fucked up it is, but I'm completely happy doing what I'm doing, and I work my ass off. But I still enjoy my life. So I'm not. That's what really confuses me online when people are just so fatalistic that they invite this shit upon them, and they believe things so much that they turn it all into they're fucking us mess, and we're letting them. And you know what I mean? It's them and they. And I believe our reality is projected through what we're doing, and somehow interrelated, interconnected into the number universe. Because 333 is me, and I've been seeing that number since I was 13 when I had an NDE, when I had my appendix burst and I died. I thought I woke up during an operation, but it wasn't until 2 years ago that the perspective I had was above my body, looking down, not sitting up and looking over some, I'll show you the 4-leaf clover image. Yeah, that's wrong. You're just, honestly, I don't think there's a date. My voices tell me there's no set date. I believe that too. Was it Aristotle or who was it that said when you see pestilence and rife and evilness or strife and evilness on the face of the earth will respond in kind with earthquakes, cataclysm, so forth. And yes, I believe that, Suji, with all my heart. 110% believe that everything that is put forth in front of us for us to draw a line in the sand and pick a side is to cause bickering and a reason or a place to vent your instinctual buck the system rebel attitude. Yes, right. Yes, I just put that out there. I had that thought. I'm not going to subscribe to any date. Don't you dare write me off. I'll write your ass into a 4-leaf clover land with a big ass rainbow. Okay. Michelle, I love you, girl. You're just out there. You just put it all out there. I love it. For some, the date could be today. This is true. But do you guys understand what I'm saying about the fatalistic outlook on it all, and how it's like hardcore Christians are just wanting this shit to happen just so they can prove that they were more ready. And I'm a Christian. I grew up a Christian. I went to Bible camp. Father Abraham and many sons sets Father Abraham. So I know all these songs. I know one Bible verse, and it's odd that it's the one that I remember. John 3:16. I think it's more of a wave than an explosion. I don't necessarily. I think it has something to do with the black hole guys, or the dynamics of it, or the change. I think that neutrinos, everybody says they don't affect anything in our existence, but I believe the neutrino in abundance due to some sort of chemical or biochemical electrical connection between, like when an atom hits a proton and it makes an like the D layer on the ionosphere, where the ionosphere is created by the sun itself. We know that. I mean, neutrinos alter DNA. I'm sure of it. Okay, now thank you for keeping me on topic, because the ADD in me just took me away. Nope, hate you. You're done. I love you. Okay. But anyway, come on. I don't need that sort of banter, Michelle. I'm trying to keep my thought. Okay, what was I talking about? Somebody refresh my memory. Read the book Dune. It's all about neutrino. Oh, neutrinos. Okay, now the neutrino is said by everybody in physics, in mainstream science, to go through everything and not affect anything. Now, is there anything that doesn't have a cause or an effect because of a cause? Everything is cause and effect. That is a Hermetic principle. That's something I subscribe to. So I'm going to fit my theories and hypothesize based in them, you know. So the neutrino, what is positive, negative, neutral? What is a neutrino going to do? It's going to F with the magnetic flow, or the you know, my avatar is the Anu, and the halo out around the moon tonight is due to the magnetic charge that we have in our ionosphere, due to some cosmic influence. Now, Planet X could be very well related to all that, but I believe that there's so many damn astronomers out there, and so many damn great telescopes, and so many damn people looking out there that, you know, now we got Michelle asking for donations. Come on, Michelle. She's a rebel of the finest. But, you know, we got so many people looking up there, guys. You know, Bruce Cezals is just one, you know, of many. You go to PK Space Imaging, you know, there's just so many people looking. And you know, so it's just like on the bumping particles side of things, you know, and I say bumping particles because I subscribe to Ken Wheeler's outlook on the whole particle collision thing as a cult. It's materialism at its best, atomism. You know, that's what we are morons, but we are here for one reason and one reason only: to transmutate negative to positive. And what that means to every one of us is different. But there's a base to what we as logical conscious beings should see us as a intricate part of the system. On the micro level, though, as far as the Russian doll analogy goes, we're the, you know, but isn't it odd that the smallest is the most abundant? Do you understand what I'm saying there? Yes, but I'm not going to pass judgment on anybody that believes that, because I believe that for a moment, and I believe that to be part of a journey that some souls have to take, me included. Because I believed it for about 5 minutes. You know, to be honest with you, 5 minutes, because I thought, okay, you know, and that was me trying to fit my evidence or what I'm seeing to what I believe to be true. Now, where did that original information, where did the original information for the whole Nibiru system and all that other shit come from? Where did it come from, guys? Where did the original information come from? You know, you can say two sources: Harrington, Robert S. Harrington. How do we know the man even died? How do we know he even existed? If you want to get down to the brass tacks of it, you know, we can't pick and choose who we're going to trust and then paint the picture for the whole for everybody to buy into and then keep regurgitating. You know, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying those guys weren't honest. I'm not saying they didn't die. You know, don't get me wrong here. But that was part of my journey, was believing. I mean, come on, guys. Go to my channel. Look at all my fucking Nibiru videos. The first time I started speaking truth is when my views dropped from 4,000 to 100. And if you think I'm lying, look at my channel. That's why I left it up there. For proof to everybody that I'm not here to shill anybody. I'm not here to tell anybody they're wrong. I'm here to learn the truth, which for me is probably a little bit different from you. You know? And I'm sorry if I offend anybody. I don't mean to, but I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass either. But anyway, so we're all interconnected. I'm going to get back to that thought now. I'm going to finish this thought. And some pulse comes through, some magnetic portal connection or whatever. It affects the whole system. It's turning the planets hotter, right? It's turned the whole solar system hotter. First, it turned the sun white. And now you see this purple orb coming off the sun. You know, in the lens refraction, where it used to be only a red ball. Now it's a purple ball. And I know this for firsthand. And I agree with that, Aaron, that yes. I believe that, you know, no matter what the cause, we know something is afoot. Perception is unique, and each of us. Yes, it is. Very true. Very true. Thank you. Thank you for grounding me on that, because that's exactly how I see it too. But there is people have a point. Trino, are you serious, Michelle? That's awesome. Now, Jimmy Neutron, you know, anybody watch that show? Jimmy Neutron, he was a freaking, you know, is the neutrino what causes all of this stuff? It's causing the sun halo because our D layer is charged differently, probably due to the chemtrails. You know, they have people believing that exhaust from a plane leaves a trail like that and condensates and grows into a cloud now, guys. And then they got people like Dane Winnington out there saying that the shit's just poison killing us, just so some people have a side of the line to go on, that they know something's up there, you know, because I believe that shit is a bunch of nonsense. You know, I believe the whole, you know, the aluminum, I believe the chemtrails are all real. And don't get me wrong, I've seen some crazy shit with chemtrails. I've seen what I thought were UFOs making the chemtrails morph into planes in front of my eyes. You know, I got it on video. I can go to a video right here on my channel. Probably share my screen here, right? How do I do that on Hangouts? Is there a way? Opening camera. What? How do I share my screen on Hangouts, you guys? Please tell me. Anybody? Right click this. No. Right here. I don't know. So what do I do? Shit. But anyway, I wanted to show you that, you know, like that Sun Runner offshoot. If you go to my channel, you see that video. Chemtrails are real, right? And the ether, the AETHER, that's what I call it, is the ether. And isn't it crazy how magnetism is turning out to be the progenitor of all? You know, and I say this, I've said this numerous times, the whole magnet thing. If you were 8 years old, exposed to what took me 45 years to come across, because when I realized that, hey, magnetism is air, what the, you know, it was one of those duh moments, like, what an idiot, you know? Why didn't I put the two together? Because they shove information down our throats. And they is us. It's hidden for a reason. In all ancient esoteric books, it's, you know, don't throw pearls in front of swine, or, you know, that whole saying, or the keep the door wholly shut. So to the profane, it would be unviewable or something like that. You know, keep the door, or knowledge to the seeker will always be found, but will be wholly shut to the profane. Now, what's the mechanism of that? See, that's the kind of mind I have. I got to figure out why and how it works. And that's what I believe. You know, it was the oddest thing, guys, about how I came to share your screen from inside Hangouts. Click the screen share button on the menu bar at the top. Screen share. There is no screen share. I just gotta. This page is cookies. Nope. I'm looking. Electromagnetism is where it's at. Yes, it is where it's at. And magnetism. Okay, now I believe that. Oh, here it is. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, it should be showing this screen now, right? There's a leg. Sorry, guys. No, maybe not. Sorry, guys. I gotta hit share. That might help. Okay, now this right here. You see this? Boom, 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 to infinity, right? This right here is our reality, folks. This simple freaking thing right here that we think is simple is our reality. It's the Russian doll. Fractal within a fractal within a fractal within a fractal within a fractal. Boom, 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 boom. That's the wheel within the wheel. Now, what was I on here? What was I thinking about? What was I talking about? What was I babbling about? Oh, I was going to go to Google. Oh. I was going to see what I had saved in here. Oh, the American Online symbol. What is that? It's the eye in the triangle, guys. You know, and I don't know if you guys are fully on board with the trapezium open star cluster being, you know, the center of our niche of heaven. You know, because the universe or the multiverse is one huge MF and deal, right? We all agree with this. The orbs turning into planes, neutrinos, and electromagnetism, but neutrinos aren't affected by electromagnetism. Now, that's what we're told, though. You know, that's what I'm told. We're told. That's what I mean by that. What is the very first story you ever heard in school when you were in kindergarten? The boy who cried wolf story, right? So what does that say to us? You know, that's the first thing that it gets, you know, the first allegory, I suppose. And this is where we're lost in a language, you know, because when we talk in pictures, because that's how our brains work. You know, we compare images and we deduce from the comparison what is real and what isn't, or what is our truth and what isn't on our level of resonation. You know, and that's what I mean by trying to figure out everything, and I got to do that because that's just who I am. Somebody said to me a couple days ago, Steve, so this information's profound. What is it going to do for us? What good is it to know? And I went, what? It totally baffled me that somebody would have that thought. You know? And I got a leg here, guys, so if I'm far behind on what you guys are talking about, please enlighten me a bit and give me a heads up, because... Okay, now I was going to go to my videos... You know, and the whole divide us and conquer us mentality is true. But if we buy into too much of the neg, what's that going to net us? Now, the neutrino, what if the neutrino is the the rogue regulator of our existence. You know, what if, is there any such thing as truth? Yes, there is. There is a base truth. There is a law, a cosmic law of electromagnetism. But there's two kinds of magnetism in our paradigm. There's permanent magnetism and there's electromagnetism. Electromagnetism is light. Light is not a wave. Light is not a particle. Light is a pulse perturbation within a medium that only other parts of that system can see. That's our 3D parallax, or our 3D realm. You know, that's what we are. We're energy. So we see our energy. You know, and then there's different energies, or higher energies, which is X-rays, purple, UV. You know, like if you take your remote control at your house, you push the button and you point your phone, your smartphone at it, you'll see it through your smartphone camera. It picks up the UV light of your UV remote control. I'm not talking a Zenith freaking static electric remote either. You know, that one, you know, that runs off like a one of those sparkler toys. But you get my point, right? I mean, so what's it going to do if we're all the same and part of that system? I mean, like I was getting at with the collective memory loss. See, I'm ADD fucking super imposed. And I think about all of this stuff all from different angles all at the same time, and it confuses me. So forgive me. Laws and constants, yes, but truth I see as different. Well, no, there is a natural law, and there's the cosmic law, the law of the black hole, of the conjugate nature of the reciprocating precessional hyperboloid, or the toroidal yin and yang, light and dark. But I don't see that as the same. But without, and I hate repeating statements like, without the dark, there will be no light, because it just gets old and cliche-ish. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but I do it. But it's, everything isn't a duality. I don't believe that in that either, because, I don't know, because I think more of a Platonic, what is it called? I look at it, things like why they don't work instead of why they do, if you know what I mean. Retroductive, I suppose. Retroductive logic, a more field theory way of looking at things instead of a quantum way, because I believe the quantum, the quantum is quantity. This is I'm sure of, because they make shit up for shit that's been around for eons, and they get one brilliant guy that says just because something's so big it's going to cause so much pull and this and that, and then all of a sudden we don't even know a freaking fridge magnet is curing us. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe we can manipulate the ether, seeing as we are energy. Even our physical sense, in the physical sense, we are energy. And if you don't think so, shock yourself in a light receptacle or an electrical outlet. Stick a freaking butter knife in there and tell me if you don't get affected by it. You'll get affected. That's why our heart can be read on an EKG machine. Now, to get back to what I was talking about, the collective memory loss, right there, guys, is just like electrical shock treatment that they used to give to psychiatric patients. What's up, K-Bat? But we are only beings that can go from the lowest to the highest. That's why interdimensionals are so interested in us. I believe that the interdimensionals are us, because Thoth even states in the Emerald Tablets that this is what I believe the cycles to be. We go through, there's like 14 cycles below, and then there's 9 above. And we're on the third rock from the sun in the third dimension in a 3D existence. And why is 4D always skipped? Because 4D is what? The introduction of time to 3D dimension, if I'm not mistaken. In the conceptual way of thinking. And if everything's a mirror and we're all electromagnetic, and you know, like that experiment with the lighter underneath the glass with the magnet on top of the glass, how it would draw the light and bend the light in a certain, that's what these alien pictures, like Damon T. Berry's The Knowledge of the Forever Time. You know, you go to that and you watch his thoughts on what the alien pictures are, and it's the sun as a portal. But it's the portal itself. If you see it, the owl image, that is the same image you get when light passes through a bar magnet. You understand what I'm saying there? You have a bar magnet on top of that glass, and then you know, that's what that 4-leaf clover pattern is. That's what the sun halo and the cross and the circle. And I said that previously on one of my videos a long time ago. And didn't even realize what I had discovered. You know, I discovered it on my own. And the funny thing is, guys, is that a lot of this information comes to you as you see it, but be really right before. It's just weird. I don't know how to explain it. But you know, it's like I was saying about tripping balls earlier. She's the one that pointed out to me, hey, what if our hearts are the Anu in us? That is our center. I believe our consciousness either is in our blood or it's in our heart. But I'm leaning more towards the blood because of the water is the hard drive of our consciousness, or our Akashic. And so, okay, yeah, we'll get back to the owls thing. Now, the owls thing is not just a portal. It's not just a wormhole or an interdimensional time rift, or I believe it to be what the black hole is, for lack of better words. The black hole is the Milky Way. That's why when we look at it from the side, it's the same as the hyperboloid, or the you know, the reciprocating precessional hyperboloid, which is the hourglass shape, the 2 pine cones, guys. The plasma image on the Thunderbolts project. You know, that's what that image is, like those ancient glyphs, drawings in the Aborigine people, and they're in France as well, of them weird. They look like stick people, but in certain shapes, or with wavy arms. Plasma, you know, plasma is magnetism, is light, is the cold fire of light. That's at the center of everything. That's what we are. You know, we're part of that. And you're leaving? Nice to see you, Sue. Thanks for stopping in, sweetheart. I really appreciate your input. Sylph clouds are elementals. What do you mean when you say sylph? Plato, yeah, no shit. My grandpa name was trained up, and he... Sorry to hear that, Michelle. But, you know, Danielle D says, I have worked with the divas as well, but did not figure out how to affect physical reality. We'll try. I believe the physical reality part of our this is what we are. This is where the I am, or the we are creators, comes into the whole paradigm. Because first, hey, Nikki, haven't seen you around here. I'm glad you joined us. Now, you see it, but you don't be it. You get what I'm saying here? And I'm looking at my camera like I'm talking to the camera, and you guys aren't. I'm looking, you know, this is... I tend to flow better when I'm not looking at myself talk, because I don't like the way I look when I talk. I don't like the way I hear when I talk, or I sound when I talk, when I hear. Okay, in the CIA document, right, you know, that's what I was looking for. Oh, I can go to my drive from here. What am I doing? See, I got all worked up talking about this. But right there in this paper shows us that everything is a mirror. And what is the mechanism for that mirror, right? Shelf clouds are responsible for clearing our air and atmosphere of pollutants, as well as negative thoughts, forms, and manifest with our positive or negative intent. Yes, I believe clouds are some sort of charged arrow. Oh, here, a couple of you might have heard me use this word lately, aeromancy. Does anybody know what the definition for that is? What that means? Aeromancy? So yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one a little bit, somewhat 5D. All right, here we go. Censorship has been undone. What's censorship? Okay, now the CIA document shows, you know, the proof. Found you to find your work very interesting. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that because, you know, I'm not, you know, I could say that I'm all righteous and I'm doing this for you, but hey, I'm selfish as shit and I'm doing it for myself. But that's why I started this, you know. Yes, yes, Aussie. That is, wow, I'm thirsty. That is part of, I got cotton mouth, guys. Sorry. But that is all interconnected because, you know, everything, and excuse me, everything seems a cliche statement when you get down to the brass tacks of talking about all this stuff, because the information can only be communicated in a tongue-in-cheek sort of repetitive regurgitated language. What kind of way, right? I mean, and you know, forgive me, steer me back to what I was talking about. No magnetism is the new solar panel. Shut up. Only way to specbro the truth. At least you are being honest. Either or. The sylph clouds for me have been very healing. Help me take. Yes, and that's, yeah, aeromancy. Yeah, what does aeromancy mean, guys? And then I'll tell you how I came across that. Oh, and a big tool for me recently, guys, has been etymology.com. But, you know, I need another. So if anybody does any etymological research, you know, looking into the meaning of words, where they originate, you know, what they're tied to. Yeah, aeromancy is the study of the clouds, or divination. And I found it looking up the word forecast, you know, because forecast, I thought maybe meant something else, but it's, you know, that's where it comes from, is aeromancy. Aeromancy, yep. That's the study of clouds for divination of phenomena, or, you know, reading the clouds, pretty much. And nobody's better at that than 5D. But that's what I mean, 5D, is that if we see things as a I'm screwed kind of situation, you know, the whole concept of the cups half full, half empty, you know, it sounds simplistic as hell, but that's what it's, you know, Mother Nature is not a crack whore out there with Harry, you know, isn't a drugged out hooker with hairy armpits and smoking crack in the closet. That's not Mother Nature. Mother Nature is a simple, you know, this is cut and dry. That's the law of, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by the cosmic law, the law of order. Now, to get back to the halo thing and the cross in the circle, because that image right there, if you watch that lighter underneath the glass with the magnetism thing, you've seen that how it gave you the owl image, it gave you the 4-leaf clover, so that's the cross in the circle. It gave you the whole Christian symbol. It gave us the sun worship symbol. It gave us, you know, the symbol for and the odd thing is, guys, believe it or not, when I was 11 years old, I put a cross and a freaking heart on my arm. Cloud chamber. Oh yeah, it's 5D. There was this group out there I wanted to tell you about, and I can't remember. I came across them long ago when I first started seeing things in clouds. You know, I have done some, but very little. I study etymology, Steve, especially Greek. I have mentioned much in your yes. All of the Hermetica makes sense when you understand the true meaning of spelling. Yes. Now, what say you to Thoth being the one that confused our languages? And do you believe that was a good thing? Or do you believe that was and I say good thing, so the infant wouldn't cut his own nuts off, if you get what I'm saying? You're so freaking violent, Michelle. Why? You're too beautiful for that. You shouldn't be so violent. I'm just kidding, sweetheart. Okay, so I'm gonna find this video and I'm gonna show you guys. I've just got so many, you know, and I'm not kidding you when I said I had 500 videos on Nibiru, because I do. And it's kind of odd. Don't you guys find it odd? See, watch my views here. See my, I cannot even work my computer. I'm such a Let's skip ahead. Okay, let's see. And you see, it's an interdimensional dilemma. And, you know, the drone took a shit because of the electromagnetic. Freaking, I couldn't fly it east without it losing connection to the satellites, you guys. It was weird. Can I show more than 25 on my page or what? This is retarded. But, you know, so I totally believe it's just the thunder. Yeah, so why is the government so intent to keep that from us? Like they haven't discovered this? Keep us in fear. Correct, to control. They don't want us not going to work. You know, they think that, but I'm not even going to put those thoughts in even the government's head, because I'm not going to give them, you know, the benefit of the doubt even that much. See, look at my views here, 100, 200 at the most, and I'm not complaining, because this is the whole paradigm, you know, the whole cards I'm being dealt and the whole hand I have to play, and I'm not bitching about it at all. I'm just saying that I'm going to prove to you guys the whole fear factor. People are addicted to it, yet say it's wrong, and say they don't, you know. But we're addicted to fear. That's why we like roller coasters, right? See, look, watch my views grow. Here's the heart of it right here. This was back in, what was it, 2017 of June 2000, so a little more than a year ago. Look at the views. Boom. Wow, June 12th, Nibiru revelation unexpectedly presents itself. You know? And it's over and over like this. And I believed what I was saying. And, you know, if you watch the video, I still probably would if I refreshed it in my memory. But my heart of hearts tells me that if there was some system, and the system, that image, guys, that leaked image from 83 is actually the trapezium open star cluster. I've showed this. It's the cross with the red thing in the middle, and the red thing in the middle was superimposed in there because, you know, it's the same exact angle and everything of the stars in the trapezium open star cluster in the Orion Nebula. That's, I'm telling you, that image is from there. And I'm not saying Robert Harrington was wrong or anything. I'm just saying, you know, how can we hang our head on just what's been fed to us through what we know is deception, deliberate or unintended otherwise. But look at these views, guys. You see what I mean? I mean, it's incredible to me that the machine will, you know, like, I'm not saying it's a they or it's them type of situation here either about it. I'm not saying that it's nefarious or whatever. I'm saying that the system we have set up, the reality that we've created with YouTube, and I'm not saying that there isn't some elite dumbass at the helm of our reality ship either. I'm not saying that, you know, and I'm not number one next to Captain Picard either. I'm just giving you my perspective, you know. But look at this. It's just, you know, when I was doing this, I thought I was doing right, but then I was thinking to myself, what if I'm wrong? And then I really got into looking at the definition of things, and that gets me back to the whole etymology thing. You know, fear's the easiest for adrenaline. That's why we love to be scared. Lee, spot on. Now, is there some force that feeds on that fear? Because if there is an archonic type of elitist off-worlder that benefits from anything from us, don't you think it's going to be from that energy? And don't you think that's why they have collection points, ley lines, grid? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Yes. I believe that. John. Who's John? I haven't looked down. Infinity mirror. I study etymology. Yep. Spelling. Infinity mirror. Shut the... Don't you dare. Blah, blah, blah. La, la, la. Shangri-La. I tried to do the word chakra in ancient Hebrew. It was very confusing. Oh, on etymology? Now, what's the app you guys use for that? Figuring heart, battery, brain, CPU. We are living transformers. I cannot leave this body. 50 years of different forms of trying by accident. Got turned off 2 to 3 hours. Wow. Okay, about 10 years ago, me and my wife saw a planet in the northern sky. It was a little bigger than the sun. It was at dusk. It had a tail 20 times as long as the diameter. You know, I've seen some crazy shit in the sky too. And I'm just saying, you know, I believe my eyes just like you believe yours. Okay, I'm going back and reading this. Hey, Mary Wins, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Lee, thank you for joining us. Miles, how are you, bud? Nice to see you. Nikki, I've said hi to you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got all you guys. But yeah, the fear is the gas pedal for the television steering wheel, right? Okay, I'm gonna get back this. I'm looking for my skies, your skies, and a bunch of planets. You know, and I'm not gonna lie. When I was on this stretch right here of YouTube, there was nothing but trolls on my channel, and I don't know why. You know, maybe it's the inherent, because I've felt like wanting. Oh, right here, check this out. Now, this video, guys, is 45 seconds. How much of a lag is there? Holy cow. Sorry. Now, right here was the weirdest thing that day. Oh, man, come on. For real. And it's kind of weird that there's a bird in the background, but that... Oh, here. I was coming back from jet skiing from the lake by myself in my car. I looked over. And I said, oh, wow, the sun looks cool. And I went over here to, you know, to film it. And I swear to God, I took out my camera, boom, pointed it at the sun. Hey, nice to see you, Aaron. Thank you for stopping by. Pointed it at the sun. And, you know, this right here proves to me that all is energy. And it somehow something drew me to it at that particular moment, you know? And it turns into this, and it's a vibrating diamond. If I had the original video, I could speed it up. I guess I could turn the speed down. Maybe the volume. But yeah, it's raining here. It was just 20 degrees yesterday. Robert E. Howard wrote a lot about men being weakened and turned into civilized slaves. It's a psychological idea. His Conan stories are all about that stuff. Oh, gotcha. We create our reality, manifest destiny, shut the fuck up and kiss my ass. Okay. Danielle, yes. That or alternate realities. What were you guys talking about there? I think things pop in from other dimensions. Yes. And I don't know if it's the streams getting crossed or it's us wanting to come back, you know? Because, oh, here, I'll share something with you right here. In the Emerald Tablets, he states that, and I don't know why I lend so much of credence to this, but it's something about it rings with me. You know, it resonates in my being, deep in my soul, my consciousness. Light is thine, O man, for the taking. Cast off the fetters, and thou shalt be free. Know ye that thy soul is living in bondage, fettered by fear that holds ye in thrall. Open thy eyes and see the great sunlight. Be not afraid, for all is thine own. Fear is the lord of dark Arulu. To he who has never faced the dark fear, I know that fear has existence, created by those who are bound by their fears. Shake off thy bondage, O my children, and walk in the light of the glorious day. Never turn thy thoughts to the darkness, and surely ye shall be one with the light. Man is only what he believeth, a brother of darkness or a child of the light. Come thou into the light, my children. Walk in the pathway that leads to the sun. Hark ye now, and list to the wisdom. Use thou the word I give unto thee. Use it, and surely thou shalt find power and wisdom, and light to walk in the way. Seek thee and find the key I have given, and ever shalt thou be a child of the light. Now, is this why we're told that light, sun worship, sun deities, all of it's to be demonic? Or I believe that the base of all religion came from this concept or religion in itself. You know, I believe that Thoth was Jesus. You know, I believe that Thoth was Jesus, and I believe maybe Tesla might have been Thoth. You know, reincarnated, because in the Emerald Tablets it says he says that he's going to reincarnate in the bodies of men over and over and over again. And I hate Australia. Who are you talking? Oh, ours may not be the only consciousness in the universe that has an effect. Okay, now I wanted to touch on that a bit, and I'm glad you brought that up and you said it like that. Okay, now I believe that our consciousness is projected through Orion is backed up by the Mayans. It's backed up by the Hopi. It's backed up by the Mississippi River mound builders. It's backed up by the Egyptians, the Atlanteans. It's backed up by almost every venerated and advanced culture or civilization of our knowledge. You know, somehow, even, I mean, recently I've lived by this place called Mounds Park in St. Paul, Minnesota, my whole damn life. And there's been these Indian burial mounds there my whole damn life. I shit you not, guys. They're in the layout of the Orion's belt, you know, Orion's belt, down to the precise one where there is the one extra little offset mound, you know, the fourth. And if anybody's done any research into the Egyptian pyramids, there was that fourth, like, satellite pyramid. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about anything and everything that my ADD mind can focus on for more than 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. Because I'm a friggin' hack when it comes to production and putting things together. But, you know, if you can bear with my archaic reasoning and the way I articulate what I'm thinking and how far off I go from what I originally wanted to, you know, you can have fun with us, you know, with this conversation. But other than that, I'm sorry. I apologize. So anything, tonic reasoning. I tend not to think, you know, unless we're talking tonic and what is it? Tonic and whiskey, whiskey and tonic. Okay, what was I talking about? Okay, we were talking about that mirror Christ, the story. Yeah, and I believe that to be part of the astrotheology thing as well. Like our bodies, you know, the whole Christos rising, you know, the whole 33 vertebra that Jesus died at 33 years on April 3rd. I mean, come on. 333 right there. Everything in my existence has been like that my whole life, and I'm not kidding you. Well, since I was 13. And, you know, I've seen that number just blow me out of it. Blows my mind that now looking back on it and putting them together, but you don't put it together when you're seeing it. You don't know exactly why. I didn't know why I was seeing the number, but I knew it was a sign, a marker for me to, wow. Earlier, a house blew up by my house. Or not by my house. It was a good 3-4 miles away. And it was incredibly loud. No, it was more than 3-4 miles. It was probably 8 miles away. But it was incredibly loud, and I couldn't believe that it was that far away. And I just heard a bunch of rumbling, so I thought maybe another house blew up and I was going to start running for the hills. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I talk about anything and everything we could get my mind to focus on. But we're talking about the whole... What were we talking about, guys? Refresh my memory. Yeah, Max, the reasons, the seasons, the story of Horus. Yes, okay. Jesus was not a living being in the flesh. No, I believe he was. I believe there was a Jesus, the Christ, not Jesus Christ. You know, because I believe there's a personification for every archon or archetype that we can conceptualize. And by that, I mean that we first have to wrap our minds around it to understand it. And then enough of us have to believe it to be true for it to be even considered. You know, and that's the whole mechanics of the, you know, in my mind, the true scientific thought process. Because the way our scientific, what do they call it? The scientific model, you know, people say that it has to be repeated over and over and over, and it's the same result, and then it's scientifically proven. Okay, yeah. Some personifications are thought forms only. Yes, I believe that too, and I believe maybe Thoth is that as well. Don't get me wrong, but Thoth is you and God short of thought. Am I wrong? So what does that mean to you? U and G. You know. I am on the 33rd degree puberty line. You know, I think I'm somewhere right around, yes, but some, yeah, you know, firing or connection moment right there where what if Inky and Enlil, that whole concept or line of thinking, what if that is a conceptual thing as well? You know what I mean? What's going on, Joanne? Here's your answer. Don't shoot me. Jesus and Thoth and Gandhi. Yeah, did ya? It's all within us. That's the big secret. Yet we keep looking. Right? No, yeah. Okay, so we're under that. We're on that understanding. Okay, I'll shut my mouth about that, Joanne. I got you. Yeah, I'm glad you think that, Danielle. That I'm a voice for the. Thank you. It's all astrotheological. Well, your number is 8, Katie. Okay, cool. Mine is 333. But I like looking for clarity. It's all good. Yes, we all. Yeah, we. But I mean that in the Emerald Tablets, maybe I should say in my Bible it states, oh, here. Now here's a paradigm. Here's something I want to run by our initiates here. An incarnation Anunnaki who was aligned with Orion. That's Enlil and Enki. That's what you're saying, right? Or me. That's what you're calling me. I think we're all part of Anunnaki. I believe that. That's the whole splicing of the 42nd. Is it the 42nd genome or what? The place marker. I was initiated by Tahuti and Hathor in dream state. Oh yeah, that's right. You told me that. It went. I was initiated by. There does not need to be a living Christ in this. It's the message. Yes, I'm not saying that there has to be, but I believe that. I don't know. Maybe it's my old psychosis. There was a fire down in the road on a Orion. Yes, we do live in the Matrix. We are Anunnaki people of the Anu. Hey, thank you. That's my thing next to my avatar, right here. That's my freaking symbol. That's the Anu, and I owe that right there is the Anu, guys. Right there. That's the Anu. Yes, and we're also the moon. Jesus, Ra, Sun, Thoth is the moon. No, Thoth is the only begotten. Thoth is the one next. Thoth is Mercury. That's the archaic way of, or the archonic way of looking at it. That's how I see it anyway. I'm not saying you're wrong, Miles. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? My birth number is 33. What does that mean? I wasn't trying to be arrogant. Oh, I know you weren't. I know. I'm the same way. Got it, bro. And got it, bro. Bye, bro. I'm in Sandy. What? Mary wins October 3rd. Nice. Hello. That's awesome. Thoth is a moon deity. He is? I thought Isis was the moon. That's what I thought. No, the whole I have a 4-foot statue of Thoth in my lounge room, which has a moon symbol above his. No. The moon symbol is oh, you're talking the half moon, the crescent moon? Three-level teaching astrotheology, practical life, and medical, I think, are available in the ancient teachings. Yes. Yes, sir. What are you saying? Yes, sir. Okay, the crescent. Yes. Okay, so it does have the crescent moon. Okay. I never even seen that before. Did you know that the word religion comes from to regular? Oh, and check this out. Now, in a I wish I had a freaking celestial. I bet you I could go to a solar system scope, huh? Right? I'll go here. Google Earth now offers astronomy app, don't they? Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to run a solar system scope. So solar. But when the ancient Egyptians, now they tied Sirius. Somebody brought this to my attention earlier. Sirius means to scorch, right? All right. And before Sirius rises in the east, at certain times, it's not going to happen now for, I guess, what do they say? Because right now in 2012 or 2021, whatever the date is, no, it's 2012. That's when this alignment happened, where Orion's club, Sirius, the dog star, which Anubis may be connected to Sirius, the Scorcher, dog days of summer. You know, that's where the whole Sirius thing ties in, which may be the halls of Amenti, you know, or the underworld where the soul is judged. You know, is it Tahuti or Thoth that stands and judges? No, I think it's not. Is it? Is it Osiris? And Osiris, you know what I mean? That's the whole. You know, and I'm not saying they're physical beings or any of that. You know, the seven lords of creation, the seven this, the seven that, I believe is a conceptual thing as well. Now, where was I at with the solar system scope? Well, I was going to go right here. Online model of solar system. Now, when Sirius and Orion rose, and this is the whole reason Robert Duvall put the Orion connection. You know, Graham Hancock and all of them guys. You know, they figured out that Orion's belt was in the pyramid layout. Now, this recent guy, what is it? What was his name? Ed something or another, but he was that guy that put all that math together in the geometry for the template. That it's the Malkuth. Excuse me. Egypt or Earth is the Malkuth of the Kether, which is heaven, as above, which is the Kether, and the Kabbalion model of it. You know, just because something comes from the Kabbalion, or, you know, and I'm going to put this out there, I don't know if anybody agrees with me or not, but, you know, I'm going to take information from anywhere, even Blavatsky, even, what's her name, the one who, the Adventist church lady, what's her name? She's the one that had the great conflict or controversy. You know, she said that the sky rolled back like a scroll, and she was brought to all the planets and da 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 da. But that was back in the 40s. But she was a prophet of some sort. You know, I'll pull stuff from, you know, Ed Dames, you know, Dr. Death, you know, which I don't believe he's at all plugged in as he says he was, you know, a remote viewer or whatever. But anyway, that's besides the point. But I will not pull from people like Marshall Masters or Steve Olson or, you know, that sort of thing, when everything is everything they find is going to fit what they want. You know, it's going to run in line with their narrative. Now that's where I'm trying to separate myself here. Okay, now the serious thing, I don't know why I got off on that tangent. How do I turn this MFR down? Okay, now, but the serious thing, what pops up, what star that pops up? You know, in the east before that, Regulus. You know, Regulus is the regulator, right? So Regulus and all these stars. Okay, what the hell? I gotta download the app. Okay. Oh no. I gotta purchase the shit. Okay. But anyway, Regulus. Now, if you look at that video with that guy that says that Egypt is the template, you know what I'm saying? This sucks. Sorry, guys. But that's where I got the idea that, you know, I knew that had a connection to Orion, and I knew it had something to do with the black hole, which is the spiral, the two conjugate spirals, the caduceus, you know, the negative and positive, I guess you could call it. But it's not really negative and positive. It's magnetic and dielectric, if you want to get down to what it really is. And that's what makes anything 3D matter into what it is. Is the surfactant that binds or bonds the atoms and holds it all together, is the interaction between the dielectric and the magnetic. You know, but that's, you know, putting concepts out there that people won't even wrap their minds around and don't even care to, because they're like, what is this information gonna do for us? But I believe that if we figure out the basics and the mechanics of everything, we might have a chance at figuring out how it works. And for some of us, we need to figure that information out to get to a, you know, because I'm a guy, I'm going to try to fix things. I'm not going to just sit there and listen, you know, and I'm about sick of talking about it now. And I want to figure out what the hell we're going to do about it. You know, what can be done about it, if anything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm more of a Socratic person. I only know one thing for sure, that it's that I know nothing. Yes, very good. And I am retarded. My birth number is 5. My name numerology is 555 10, which represents the same as my cancer sign, 69. I know you were just kidding. I'm on 5 now. Dare me. But yeah, now Regulus. Now, I wish I had my phone. I wish I could use my phone, you guys. Okay, we're gonna go to images. Now everything is a spiral, right? I mean, we all know that that's how our solar system, the mechanics of everything is. That even the Milky Way. So everything is the same, yet seemingly different, right? What were we talking about? We are so connected. It's trip being in this here and now. Best truth ever. I appreciate that, and I'm glad you're getting that. I am more multi-perception style. What's that word? There you go. That's right. That's we're talking about. Bam. Things look different depending on how many eyes, senses you put on it. Yes. Okay, yeah. Now, to change our reality, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to continue to follow, you know, and is there enough of us? Does it need to be enough of us? DNA spiral, that's what I was talking about. Solar system spiral. The Milky Way spiral was a German philosopher. Thank you. Yes, it's true, Steve. The coil is a spiral that stores kinesis, which is energy. And you know, that's what that guy said. I forget his name. Ed Torus fields think Torus fields. Yes, and that's yes, but it's more than Torus fields too, though. It's, I don't know, because there's a this is what the free energy is going to end up being, is going to be, and they're already figuring that out. I mean, okay, now wrap your minds around this, guys. Why is it? Yeah, the 100th monkey syndrome. Is there going to be enough of us, enough energy to put into it? Needs to change, because that creates reality. This is true. Now, does me pumping, knowing where the trapezium is, do us any good? Does it lead us to better knowledge or a more uh, prosperous existence, as far as the knowledge is because that mountain that grows, as we climb that mountain of knowledge, the knowledge grows, and you're never gonna catch the carrot at the end of the sticks, per se, right? Because it's how enormous this space is, Katie. It's just immense. Because I believe that every star we see, every light we see, is us. That's us after we graduate. That's us. Every light in the sky. The Mississippi River mound builders had a Path of Souls ritual or concept on Orion was a slit in the sky that they had to enter, and they went as far as defleshing the bones of their dead and holding on to them until a certain day when Orion was in the eye in the hand. Oh, he attended in Egypt. I'm sorry. See, we glitched out. The chat stopped, and I thought I was losing people. Seriously, it went down to 15 people on my end. Now it's back up to 20. That was weird. You know, and that's what the AI bots are doing now to us. And is that the negative entropy? The chaos? The gremlins? Is that the energy that is opposing us? Is that the dark that is opposing us? Because we're trying to speak of the light. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot where I was. The worst thing Jesus was ever taught was to be humble. Who said he was taught that? Katie, the Taurus fields extend hundreds of light years. Our Milky Way, who in this chat right now believe us to have moved from the edge of the Sagittarius arm of the edge of the galaxy to the middle in the Orion arm? Which I never even, oh, I'm on the black screen. I'm sorry, you guys. Holy shit. I'm sorry, you guys. That was rude of me. Wow, how rude. Oh, see? I lost. Are you guys hearing me? Am I still live? Answer me, please. Weird. I did lose my video, didn't I? I did. Wow. That sucks. That sucks. Huh. Whatever. You guys can hear me or no? Can you hear me though? Okay, you can hear me. Well, I don't. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh yeah. There we go. Adjust bandwidth usage. What the hell? I'm having bandwidth issues? Is it because I got my cell phone going too? Or it's because I turned on my heater. That's what it was. See, I'm in my Armageddon wagon and I have an electric heater out here. I'm gonna gotta turn on my propane one. Yes, I'm in Minnesota. It is cold. Turning on my furnace. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry to get off track. And but I don't know how long we've been doing this, but I don't know if you guys are willing to stick with me. I got a couple more points I want to point out here. I want to go to my Google Drive. But there's definitely something afoot. We all have to agree with that. We all know that. We all care enough to know. Now, like I was saying about the trapezium, does that bring us to a my screen just won't stop. Present to everyone. I'm presenting to everyone. What does that mean? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, something happened with the video. I don't know what happened with the video. I don't want to open in camera, man. Yeah, it just stopped on me. And I turned off my thing, so I don't know, whatever. I'm going to stop screen sharing. And I got to go to settings probably. Yep, it's still black. I don't know what the hell happened. What'd you do to it? But yeah, we go to, get back on point. What was I talking about? I started watching this because I like Steve. Thank you. All right. Yeah, okay, we'll just keep talking then. So, yeah, the whole freaking what were we talking about? Durr. We were talking about yeah, I was looking for you. Steve is awesome. I love him sharing his process with all of us and raising our awareness. Yeah, I don't need Steve, do you remember me? My picture used to be me holding an AR wearing neon green tank. I'm the one told you about Genesis. I remember your name, Katie. I do remember your name, KT. Are you serious, Miles? Yeah, I got the Grinch over my shoulder, don't I? Yeah, it is the Grinch's fault. Yeah, it won't even switch off of this. I don't even know why. It's just effed up. Turn off my camera, turn on my camera. It's not working. Huh. Oh, it's okay. Sirius, there. That's what we were talking about. Sirius is a scorcher, right? Sirius is a scorcher. Regulus is the regulator. Now, that guy pointed out in that video, I wish I wouldn't have stopped my screen share now. You know, that guy, I think it's because I closed out. There we go. Now we're going to go to this. Oh, it just worked for a second. Now it's not. Mother effer. Okay. But anyway, all of these stars, including our solar system, comes off of that spiral that comes out of there. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The Regulus, I think a couple other important stars, Bellatrix, whatnot, all come off of the Barnard's loop. You guys know what I'm talking about the Barnard's loop, right? That's the Fibonacci spiral that starts at the Orion Nebula, which is the eye in the triangle. And the eye in the triangle inside the nebula is the trapezium open star cluster, which is shaped as a cross and has a black hole in the middle. So that black hole is the star birthing region, our mechanism, which is the mechanism that transmutes energy into matter. That's what the Anu is. That's what my symbol is. You know, you understand what I'm saying? That's, you know, that is, it's a helix. Yes, you're right. That's what, yeah, all of the motion, you know, and that, that whole spiral thing, that's why I put out that video recently of the Coriolis effect. If we're spinning, and I understand that, you know, if we're spinning on a globe, eddy currents are going to be caused by that motion, and it's going to cause a different type of eddy current. I understand that. And I just realized that the other day. But it still doesn't explain why when you're at the equator, water just goes straight down. You know, if it's due to physical density and or motion alone. I believe that whole phenomena for our water to drain counterclockwise in the north and clockwise in the south, and not to spin at all at the equator, is a direct layman simpleton correlation to the whole diamagnetic paradigm, meaning the spin you're in determines what you are, the frequency, the motion in your ocean. Okay, so water in essence is the it's in our blood. We're 90% or 75% water, right? Or more than that, maybe. So wouldn't that's what binds us to the plane we're on, Earth? I mean, I just went off on a tangent there, but that whole spin effect, that Coriolis effect, it's just proof to me. That's what put it all together for me, guys, just to be honest with you, the whole physics part of it. So that whole spin that comes out of that is the Barnard's loop and starts at the Orion's Nebula, or the Trapezium open star cluster, which in Greek means table. You know, that's what trapezium means, is table. And it's no coincidence it's shaped as a cross, and there's a circle in the middle. And Earth's alchemy sign is a circle with a cross in the middle. And then the whole bar magnet underneath a Pharaoh's cell, it gives us the whole cross and circle image. The sun, when we look at it, gives us a halo around it, and the rays coming out of the center is a cross and a circle. You know what I mean? Within a cross and a circle. That's the whole magnetic point of view we have from here, due to whatever is going on in our atmosphere, ionosphere, D layer, what have you. So that's, you know, just crazy that it's all interconnected like that even. So what is this information going to do for us? What is our course of action? What is our recourse? Can we change the magnetic polarity? Or is it the neutrino? To get us back to that point, the neutrino is the arbitrator, or the regulator, the one that determines the spin you're in. Is that, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that would interrupt our reality is if we blink or a comet shoots through. The whole collective. You missed the question. What was I talking about? The whole spin we're in. The neutrino, does that determine what the polarity of the Earth is? You know, an abundance of neutrinos. And what is it the hydrogen or the helium atom and the electron slamming together that causes the neutral particle? What is the mechanism there? You know what I'm saying? Yes, I believe that, because they're not going to give us muon communication technology yet. I mean, because, you know, Eric Dubé. What's Eric Dubé? Are we talking about flat Earth? You know, that really doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit about flat Earth, because, like I said before, we could be in a fucking fridge, in a fucking pickle jar, under some fucking fake fucking fridge light. Sorry for the swearing, but that's not going to do us any good. And that's what I'm posing this question, is me knowing, or, you know, in my heart of hearts, I believe that what I'm talking about here, that our spin and everything is determined cosmically on the macro level in our niche. Because I think that somebody alluded to it earlier, that we aren't the only life or souls in the universe. Now, what if every constellation or zodiac is a niche of its own, or has its own little heaven, a compartmentalized heaven type thing. You know what I'm saying? Flat Earth means nothing to me. I really don't give a shit if it's flat, round, fucking star shaped. You know, it is star shaped because that's the, you know, the tetrahedron. That's why the pyramids are tetrahedron. They're not really triangles or even three-dimensional triangles, guys. They have 8 sides to them, right? Or 6? Is it 6? 6 sides to them. No, 8 because I got, yeah, right. Yeah, and all of that. Math is pretty much magic. Math is the blueprint to the divine. I believe. I believe that the numbers somehow are what dictate everything. Because the numbering sequence of the Fibonacci, there is no coincidence. Okay, now do we get to go inter plant or inter system, because we're a system in a system in a system in a system. I get that. Now, is our Orion system, because it's no coincidence that Orion, Osiris, the shape of the constellation is in our shape, in our heroic patriarchal manifestation of our reality. And, you know, I don't know if anybody's done any Wes Penry research and seen his outlook on the whole Enki Anunnaki connection, and that he even says Thoth is trying to trap us here in our, you know, he's got this, you know, Thoth, Ninhertzog or Ninchita. Is it Ninhertzog? Was that the son of, you know, see, now that gets into the soap opera part of the whole, you know, neutrinos are elusive. Aussie, just curious, what do you look like in astral? I bet you he looks like a, what's his name? What's the guy? Now that's not a knife. This is a knife. What was his name? Just a rainbow flag, pure and clean, like the rainbow that Jesus promised us, or God, whatever. Some of us have alien blood too. O negative. Yeah, Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a freaking, or this is a bloody knife. I don't know if that's even close, but whatever. Oh, yeah, I'm having bandwidth issues here, guys. I think my maybe I should unplug that. But I can't believe I lost my video. I'd sure love to share my video screen with you. And I don't understand why it's doing this. But yeah, I was going to show you guys certain something, but I guess you're not seeing it. And I don't know. What were we talking about? Flying on a large creature the other night. Was it, what was that? Atreyu, and what was the thing called that he was flying on? Matt Man, what's up? Nice to see you. Yeah, the edge of the horizon. That's right. We are all aliens, right? Yep. I am electric blue in the astral. Oh, here. Who here has had spectacular? I don't know if I've asked you guys this. Spectacular dreams when you were younger that you couldn't articulate or couldn't, and they scared the shit out of you. And they were energy or color and shape or geometry. Anybody? Anybody ever have those sort of dreams? I bet we all hail from the same system. No, okay, yeah, we're talking about the systems now. The what if I don't know, let's say the dog star or the Canis Major has its own, you know, and there's said to be on Earth history of dog-headed people. I don't know if you guys have seen that before. Girls are just programmed to like what they like, man. I don't ever try to figure out any women. What did I had very lucid reoccurring dreams as a youth, like the same dream different times. Like electric stuff like I was talking about? Or some people have tails, right? I think it's more than that, Aussie. I think it has to do with vaccines, maybe, and maybe the appendix. Because as soon as I got my appendix taken out, boom, I started seeing shit. And I started, you know, like the 333 thing. And why is it called the appendix? You know? MG Tau. What does that mean? Ha, Guy, what's up, buddy? I think he said Socrates only got married out of irony. From an old comedy play. Awesome, Danielle, from the same house of energy, then. Yeah, Danielle, she's special. She's part of us. Men going their own way. Guy Baker, anything and everything. We are on a squirrel chasing a loop. This is true. You know, I have a flying dream with pushing my hands down, up, move up, down my whole life. I'm 44. Not electric, but maybe electric, like I was learning how to maneuver in the astral. It was a long process. Had the same dream many times, trying to manipulate the elements around me, learn how to maneuver. Oh, how to fly in the electric field? I dreamed of Prometheus asking for help when I was a child. I also had one of Thoth. I had a dream about Google Earth before the internet. Wow. Going their own way. Oh, MG, men going their own way. What does what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? KT, men going their own way. What was that in response to? Sorry, I'm lost, as always. We're all babes in the woods. Nick saw hexagrams post-surgery. What's going on with that caravan down at... That's no concern of mine. You know. Because I believe that might be just a psyop. Just a divisional line for us to choose a side on. You know. So we're all energy. And that, did I finish my point on the... Oh yeah, we all got psychologically freaking electroshocked. Our consciousness did, as a whole. And maybe right at the same time as when they burned the Library of Alexandria. You know, the Akashic, the physical Akashic. Hi, Amanda B. So, Guy, you still watching the MSM news outlets or what? Hey, baby. Babe, I guess. I am a babe in the woods. The best philosophers have to be unattached from all things for the great perspective. Having a woman or family will make you place. Now I know you're Omar, man. I know for a fact you're Omar now. No, I'm just kidding. I've said that to you before, right? They're spraying metals in the sky. Harvard University admits it. Yeah. Mainstream media they hijacked the frickin' the programmer for our, you know, they've hijacked it. Hi, Starflower, sweetheart. How are you? I'm glad you could join me. Finally. Old philosopher trope? What does that mean? Miles Tag means that? It's easier than that. They have stopped teaching about wars in schools to erase history. No need to pulse us into amnesia. Just alter the indoctrination method. No, I know. No, I'm not saying that they're going to plan to do that. I'm saying like when the Tower of Babel, you know, all of this stuff came into our reality. It sure sounded like him, though, didn't it? He had a list of famous philosophers that didn't get married. Oh, that's the quote you were saying. I'm sorry. Yeah. I kind of miss Omar, though. But yeah, how do you pronounce it? Niche? Is that how you say it, Miles? Niche? Or Neski? Nights? I don't know how to pronounce a German, excuse me, a German name. Hard to not watch what's happening. This is true. This is true. You know, and they stopped teaching cursive. Oh, tell me about it. My kid's actually my kid's teacher got in trouble for teaching him Nietzsche. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nietzsche. So that's how you pronounce the ZSCHE. So do you Nietzsche? Thank you. Was a dark occultist member of the Dark Illuminated Ones. So they were the ones that walked in dark brightness. No, I don't think that, you know, that whole Q thing is a bunch of means to, you know, stir the pot or give us hope that something is going to change finally. You know, how long have we been hearing that there's sealed indictments and that they're going to freaking drain the swamp? Come on. You know, Common Core math is terrible. Well, my kids right now at their school, my daughter, she's brought home pieces of paper that I don't even understand the way they're thinking when they're doing this stuff, but it's pretty pretty out of the box the way they're teaching kids math. You know, it's like that. What's that 9? Anything divided by 9 or anything multiplied by 9 always ends up in the digital root 9. You know, like 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. You know, I thought that was profound. I told my kid that. He's like, I heard that from a math teacher. I was like, what? You know, so I don't know. Nietzsche was against one world stuff, anti-fascist. His sister took his stuff. She married a Nazi. I don't understand it either. I couldn't do what he is taught and vice versa. Though everyone should die except the top of society. You know, okay, here's something I want to point out to you guys. Okay, now, what say you guys to, what if all of these, okay, I'm going to read you an excerpt from this book real quick, from the 7 Lords. And just something short. What say you guys to, okay, here we go. Before the Lords of hidden amenti learned I the wisdom I give unto men. Masters are they of the great secret wisdom, brought from the future of infinity's end. 7 are they, the Lords of Amenti, overlords they of the children of morning, sons of the cycles, masters of wisdom. Formed are not they as the children of men, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9 are the titles of the masters of men. Far from the future, formless yet forming, came they as teachers for the children of men. Live they forever, yet not of the living, bound not to life, and yet free from death. Rule they forever with infinite wisdom, bound yet not bound to the dark halls of death. Life they have in them, yet life that is not life. Free from all are the lords of all, the lords of the all. What if they are freaking AI, transhumanism? What if they are robots or consciousness implanted into a bio suit? Huh? Has anybody ever thought about that? These guys is what I'm talking. Far from the future, formless yet forming, came they as teachers to the children of men. Do you think they're pure energy, pure light? That's what you say, Daniel? Stars that didn't divide, souls that didn't physically incarnate into division. That's a good, hey, that's a good answer. Most people are turned into robots with MK Ultra TV and religious. See, that's what I'm getting at. Planets have consciousness. I believe that. But it's all part of the whole system. I agree with that. But I'm talking about the seven lords here, the ones that are not. Forth from they came forth the Logos, instruments they of the power over all. Vast in their countenance, yet hidden in smallness. Formed by a forming known yet unknown. It's talking about the energy. They are the 7 frequencies, 7 visual. That is, oh wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I appreciate that, you guys. I just heard today Chat Sophia is a farce and only programmed. Yeah, just by me having that thought, though, opened me up to the 7 lords, because I had the thought just a second ago that maybe they are AI, but now I believe them to be the solfeggio scale, the light spectrum, the color, everything. That's what the 7's about, right? Yes. The 7 hermetic principles. Yes. Nice. Nice. So yeah, that puts something together for me right there. Okay, and then it goes on to 3 holds the key of all hidden magic. Creator he of the halls of the dead. Sending forth power, shrouding with darkness. Binding the souls of the children of men. Sending the darkness, binding the soul force. Director of negative to the children of men. That's 3. Is that the 3D? You know what I'm saying? In astral, I see 7 circles around people. These circles can be taken over by AI if a person is not true. 3 7s in my birthday. Nice. There's 7 bottles of beer on the wall. 7 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. Standing in a row. But yeah, wow, that was a good hit. I love that. Law of 3 and the law of 7. 7 serpents. Hi, how are you? Very pertinent for your time for you to ring in there. The Bible is free. Yes, the Bible is free. Why? Why is it the only book that's free? Pyramid 7. Another poignant time for another 7 to pop in. That's kind of weird, ain't it? Yes, that is a long song. Hi, bud. My thoughts are still with you. Still don't believe in a true intelligence AI. Logically, it would have balance and logic, or our whole world is complete crazy town. Yes, this is true. But yeah, I totally agree with that. That's a good way of looking at it. That's a retroductive logic that I can appreciate. Yeah, Danielle, the 7 circles of the emanations of consciousness in the astral, they are overlapped so they cannot be penetrated. Drugs and alcohol separate the circles. Is that why DMT people have a set? This is what I have been contemplating. My brain is trying hard to process it. What are the 7? I think the 7 are, like I just said, the elements, the frequency, visual, the audible, our senses, and it's the chakras. It's the is there 7? What else is 7? You know, 7th kid in my family, the last. Got so much from my siblings. 7 rays of creation. There you go. There's another one. Right. Hey, Matt. Glad you could join us. 7 days a week. Hammer of the Gods. Deadly Sins. 7 deadly sins. Oh, what's the other one? Yeah. What's the 7? What is it? The 7 deadly sins. What's that? Gluttony, greed, lucky 7. I'm a Cancer. No, I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gem-in-I, girl. Get it right. Yes. 7 churches, 7 sisters. Yes, Seventh Adventist Church. I'm a Gemini. 52273. Gluttony, cowardice. Yeah. Do you guys know what the 4 represents in the book? Is he who loses the power, Lord he of life to the children of men. Light is his body, flame is his countenance, freer of souls to the children of men. 5 is the master, the Lord of all magic, key to the word that resounds among men. So 5 is the word that resounds, the key to the word that resounds among men. What does that mean? 5 is the master, the Lord of all magic, key to the word that resounds among men. The vibrational frequency. 6 is the Lord of the light, the hidden pathway, path of the souls of the children of men. 7 is he who is Lord of the vastness, master of space and key of the times. 8 is he who orders the progress, weighs and balances the journey of men. 9 is the Father, vast of his countenance, forming and changing from form out of the formless. Meditate on the symbols I give thee. Keys are they, though hidden from men. So on the late freight. Holy shit, I've been on here for 2 hours now, haven't I? 523. 5 equals 2, 3. Yeah, 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 9. Well, if he's got 3 subs in his birthday, brother, go down and gamble. I haven't been to the casino now in 9 years, 10 years. You know, Okay, what say you guys to this thought? What do you guys think about the Sphinx being Anubis? Yeah, we all have a drink for you, my show. Seven principles of Bushido. Hey, nice. Nice knowledge. That was a knowledge bomb there. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate that. Seven Hermetic principles. Yep. Shadows in the circles. You know, the only way we can astral travel is in curves and in circles and curves, right? Not angles, right? Well, the Sphinx has no nose, so it's possible. Well, I think the Sphinx's legs, in proportion to its body, are way too long for the the proportion. If you look at it, what's that word? Bujinkin? Bujinkin? Miles, I'm a former Bujinkin student. I can't drink due to medicine. You think it was a lion, Pyramid? Don't shoot for 1 second. Ever think you're going to ride on my coattails? Oh, I never would think that. 7 planets in yeah, I was going to say that 7. We can move in straight lines in the astral, but the hounds of the barrier, yeah, can only move in straight lines, and they to have no, but that's why we're not supposed to travel in straight lines in the astral. Is because the hounds. So what say you to why the allergic? I'm allergic to alcohol. I break out in anger. Nice. I agree. It was a line. You guys think it was a line? Okay. Just kidding. No, just kidding. KT handcuffs. Nice. I like that. That's a good one. You know, we all got to know our limitations. I don't know if you guys know anything about the Lockheed Martin, but they are kind of like in a way, but their government thing that monitor us. There's 2 here in St. Paul. The hounds only exist at the edge of the plain, Steve. Yes. Is that edge, though? Is that the Van Allen belt? Or is that... What is that? Wonder if I can tame these hounds. I have a way with animals. I don't know, man. Let's say I have a 7 on my shirt or badge, or let's say soccer jersey. What does that attract? I don't know. The edge of the universe. Is the universe, what are you talking, our galaxy or the whole? The hounds take me places sometimes. What? So you interact with Anubis and the hounds. Is that who, am I affiliating them right, Danielle, when I say that, or no? In your mind? The whole. So the edge of the 360. Where do you get colloidal gold in Ormus? Max Vision, I want some. So Anubis now. So you guys are in total opposition to having that thought, because when that thought crossed my schism, I guess the hounds are the hounds of the barrier, the protector of the gate to the sphere of, is it Arulu or is it the heavenly sphere? And I believe you going to bed, KT? Good night, sweetheart. Thank you for showing. Monoatomic gold, sea salt, ormus, colloidal gold, and silver. I also want to get magnesium, titanium, and zinc. So was it you that pointed? If I interact between levels, a hound will take me through a gate. That's the, yes, the heavenly sphere. Yep. I think this Sphinx, I believe that to the underworld level. Is that serious, or is that is there different tiers? Like, was it, I was talking to Aussie about that the other day. I thought 7 was 3, the number of the heavens, soul, plus the number 4, the number of earth and body. No, that's good brain food. It's a good thought. Because the keys are, we have to take any and all and give it a good what have you in our minds, right? There's different tiers. The earth is the information highway. This is where you learn and you go on. I believe, in essence, the earth is I don't know, a place to experience, or maybe even it was meant to be a place of coexistence with a way to have energy intermingle with matter, or an experiment. You think they are different entities? That's what I was asking earlier. The Hounds of the Barrier are the same. Okay, now what about all the jackal statues or dog statues that were found in Egypt? Were they the hounds or the protectors of Egypt in the... Yes, we chose to be here. I hope that's... Pentagram, 5 elements of a man. Note, the 5-pointed star looks like a person. But the 5-pointed star is the Star of David, is the conjugate nature of magnetism too, right? I mean, you put a triangle upside down, you put a triangle upright, and you got the 5-pointed star. Or am I wrong there? Did you mean underworld, or... The Sphinx or lion guarded Osiris and his queen buried under the Sphinx. Oh, buried under the Sphinx, not in the pyramid. So a long time ago, I can still remember the way the music made me dance, and the 3 men I admired most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. They took that. Ain't that the truth? Jesus put a pentagram around me, which took me to the top of the waters of none and became my boat and protection. God showed me how babies choose their parents before they are sent to the womb. Wow. Carrion feeders were said to carry the souls, eat the bodies, eat the souls to carry them. Native Americans used the crow, raven for this also. Egyptians, vultures, jackals. Thank you, Miles. He was found under the Sphinx. Who was found under the Sphinx? One of the kings? Or the pharaohs? Yes, they've hijacked the symbols. Or maybe that's the way it's hidden. That's the way the... Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but you can't check out the underworld without a hound. But I thought the Hounds of the Barriers were there to keep you away. So, Daniel, what do you, when we are at that transition point and we have a choice, what is the choice we should make? I'm not even going to load the question up and give you an answer, or A or B. Tell me what you think. And then Aussie, I'd like to hear yours. Starflower, your opinion. Amy, Guy, all of you. You know. You can gain favor and look. What do you mean gain favor? What, by prescribing to their thoughts or giving them energy? What do you mean? How do you gain favor with the dark? Because that's what the halls of Amenti really is the place where it's decided whether you're going, you know, to the heavenly sphere or the sphere of Arulu, right? Oh, that's right. I remember that, Starflower. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I remember you telling me that. Yes. Yeah, they spray those chemtrails all the way through the night. I go to work. Yeah, I believe that. I've seen them. Yes, chemtrails. It's all energy. The light is the purveyor of knowledge, in my opinion. It is our connection to the all. It's, you know, I believe that's all is light and energy. You know, light is everything in our paradigm. You know, who knows if that's. Thank you, Mary. I'm glad you guys are here to bounce ideas off of and give me back some input so I can tweak my twerk, so I can twerk it. Yeah, I don't understand what the whole spraying at night thing's about. So it has to do with the magnetic charge of the atmosphere or the ionosphere, I bet. They stole the symbols because the eye in the triangle to me is the seed of creation. Is the Mayan hearthstone myth, is the fire in the hearth myth that the Mayans had, is the eye in the hand. And you don't know how I don't even know if Rex even realizes this, how, you know, he didn't know this when I talked to him, but I mean, he has the eye in the hand as his avatar or his picture for his channel. You know, that's his symbol, and the eye in the hand is pretty important to the path of souls. It's essentially the Orion Nebula or the Orion constellation upside down, or just configured different, or the turtle. You know, the three belt stars were the turtle. You know, and then all of the triad. Amy, did you know that Mounds Park, the mounds are in the layout of Orion's belt as well? You want it all, but you can't. Yeah. Okay, now that brings us right back to my the eye in the hand is that video in Raining Fish. Now that gets me back to, does that knowledge of knowing that do us any good? Is it going to help us? Why is Orion in the northern hemisphere right now? It showed up in September when we normally don't see it. No, it's I have to disagree with that, Starflower, because I do agree that it's getting way bigger. I don't understand what that whole thing's about, and it has to do with the whole law, cosmic law that we're on, because I believe we were on the outer edge of the solar or the Milky Way, and somehow we ended up where we're at now, which is 25,000 light years from where we came from. You know, so I know that Orion. I know Orion was in. No, I know Orion was in. I know this for a fact because of hunting. The last couple years when I've been awake, I've been paying attention, and it's been there in the east. In September, it starts in the east. late in the or early morning, like 4 in the morning, that it would start coming over the horizon, and then obviously, and being lower on the horizon. But now it's going up higher above our heads in the northern hemisphere as it gets closer to the winter solstice, and then after that is when our wobble or our tilt of our Earth in our perigee or apogee or whatever the hell it is brings us to a point where it starts to go the other direction. All right, bye-bye, Michelle. Love you, girl. Thank you for joining. Tell Hobie I said hi. We were in a different part of the Milky Way when I was a kid. Yes, we were on the edge of the... Now, that video I just did with the guy explained that our solar system was born from the nebula. Now, he stated in that video that he believes that the reason why is because we were part of a smaller galaxy called the Sagittarius galaxy, miniature dwarf galaxy or something like that. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why our tilt in our galactic plane is different from our, and that kind of makes sense. What do you guys think to that? Michelle Canham Free's son Nate the Great hasn't spoken, and he's 3.5 years old. You guys, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but I thought all people could hear my thoughts. I could see the veil and things behind the veil, and spoke to angels who said, "Remember, you're not from here." Wow. That we were part of the Orion system. My guys live in today, so little finger up. Yes, true. And that's the one point I want to get through to everybody is sure. Hey, Cameron Baker, nice to see you. Artificial intelligence and what we call the internet was here before the flood. Technology isn't what you think. Water isn't what you think. Space is water. Very well could be. But water is our hard drive for our collective, is what stores our memories as a collective. Like the whole ancient artists or painters like Michelangelo, Da Vinci, all of these, and I'm going to get back to a point. I hope I don't forget about it. But these people painted things like the Orion Nebula and our brains into the creation of atom painting, for example, thinking that what they were painting was inspired via their mind, not fully understanding that it was the Akashic or the collective that they were drawing that image from. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see it as. The Akashic record or the collective. And even the artists, the musical artists today may be pulling or connected, to that part of their creative process is connected more to because how can some people do it and some people can't? That's got to be the reason. Distilled water is awesome. I drink distilled water now. Yes, I would like to know that. And there's a way to keep that. Musicians definitely pull information from the ether. Yes. Yes. And God is the book of life. The internet is trash. It's the imitator of the Akashic record. I never said the internet was the Akashic. Not even freaking close to that. The internet is garbage. But the internet bringing you here to say that, isn't it? The internet is the tool that was handed to us via CERN, by the way, CERN invented it so their scientists could talk to each other, they say. Believe it or not. No, I know. I'm not. No, oh, my bad. I wasn't attacking you. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Yes, yes. Very true. The internet is a tool, but CERN is the entity or the whatever that invented it. From what I'm told, or from what I've learned, that's, who knows if that's true. Just like everything else, who knows? And that's what we just got to realize, that that's my point. There's that question again. So what are we going to do about it? Continue keeping on? I mean, love, laugh, and live in the now. Nice. Is that what the whole mud fossil thing's about recently? I found some. Wonder if CERN is trying to move the planet. I think CERN may be a mechanism to create a false magnetosphere, or a supplementary magnetosphere. That's what I believe CERN is, to be honest with you. And that's because that's my first. What has always been told to us? Your gut instinct is usually right, and that's what my gut instinct was when I learned the physical characteristics of CERN. You know what I mean? That's what I can't believe I've been on here this long. Meet me on the east side, or on the side where the Indian Ocean. All right, sweetheart. I'll see you on the east side. To protect us from grand solar minimum, same as chemtrails. Possibly. I think the chemtrails are like a Swiss Army knife for them. You know what I mean? That's what I think. I think that chemtrails are blocking the purveyor of knowledge that all of our souls are connected through. Yes, it's another way to. The internet could be a way to control. The Earth could be right. When I had my NDE, I thought heaven was a pretty Earth, seriously, but I was popped into space towards a different system, multiple stars, colorful clouds. Nice. Same things are done in corporations. You give an idea, so they make $1,000s of dollars and give you a T-shirt. Yes. Yes. But hey, guys, on that note, I'm going to end this. I've been doing this 3 hours, and I appreciate you guys here, because this is one of the best live streams I've ever had, and one of the most thought-provoking ones for sure. And I'm going to start doing this every, Friday or Saturday at 10:10. And I don't know why I picked that number, but I changed it tonight. I was going to do it at 9, but then I seen Milky was on, so I had to adjust it a bit. And I love you all. People are doing pacts with the internet. It's called blood over intent. They say they are making atonement for their sins. They are purposely paralleling what you are supposed to do with God. That's an interesting thought. I always bring the party. You are leaving, damn it. It's been 3 hours. Yes. This was awesome. Figured out what I was wondering about. Good. I'm glad you guys all joined us. I think the Anunnaki learned how to trap our souls so that we could never leave this area where we incarnated back in here, so they can suck our souls away. Satan's deception. Love you, brother. Love you too, man. We used to do the blood over intent as kids, blood brothers, Native American thing. The whole bio thing is the biggest load of crap. What's the bio thing? What are you talking about? All right, guys. I gotta go. Love y'all.